The World Conference on International Telecommunications ends, and with it, the United States takes its ball and goes home. Google is seeking your pledge for a free and open internet. Instagram changes their privacy policy and causes an uproar and eventually backpedals. Plus, getting arrested in 5 easy steps. All that and more this time on ThreatWire.
Hello, welcome to ThreatWire. I'm Darren Kitchen.
I'm Shannon Morse.
And this is where we summarize what's threatening your security, privacy, and internet freedom. So let's go ahead and start it off today with the big story, the United Nations versus the internet. We've been talking about it for the last couple of weeks. The World Conference on International Telecommunications. It ended. 193 nations came together to discuss human rights, spam, censorship, who controls the domain name system, and otherwise the international telecommunications regulations or the treaties that hadn't been updated since 1988. And United States Ambassador to the summit, Terry Kramer, commented, quote, "It's with a heavy heart and a sense of missed opportunity that the U.S. must communicate that it's not able to sign the agreement in its current form." Now, the United States, Canada, Australia, the UK, and the rest of the European Union, as well as others totaling 56 countries, refused to sign the treaty. They took their ball, they went home before the closing ceremonies. Yeah, well, the treaty did fail. Nations are still free to govern the internet however they like within their own borders, so don't expect to see any changes in the way that China and Iran filter the internet.
Whew, I guess that's a good thing for us in the US, at least right now.
Kind of.
Yeah. So Instagram, a popular mobile image sharing tool, was recently bought by Facebook. Yay, or not. So nothing really changed until now. Instagram has updated their policy to say that they basically have the right to sell your photos for profit to businesses or anybody who offers up the cash. Obviously, this got users really upset over the issue, since the only way to block this policy was to delete their account before the January deadline. But given that their business model, isn't this all that they could do in the first place to make money? Yeah, that's no good. So what this really means is that advertisers can use your photos for their advertisements, like sharing their favorite cat photo for a Fresh Step campaign or something like that. But they can't change or modify them in any way. Now, the real problem here is that Instagram didn't explain themselves very well, so they sparked this huge outrage. And in the wake of the outrage, Instagram decided to write a blog post that stated, "Thank you, and we're listening, apologizing for the change of the policy and promising to remove the copy." Let's see if that happens. But if you aren't convinced, you can always migrate your Instagram photos over to Flickr, who now has a very, very nice mobile app.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I might actually open up my account with them again. And by using this free online tool, Free the Photos, you can just integrate everything right over to Flickr.
Or you can just share your photos on your own site where you can write your own privacy policy.
True. Hopefully you have that nice big server space for that.
Exactly. Now, Google's Take Action page has changed. Previously, campaigns took action against SOPA, PIPA, and more recently, the United Nations-sponsored telecommunications conference, and the site is now urging users to pledge their support for a free and open internet. Supporters of internet freedom can go ahead and sign up to be updated about internet legislation. They can share their support on Google+, Facebook, and Twitter. And you can even find a nice little interactive map of supporters there. Check it out.
I gotta check that out. So before we wrap up, I'd like to award the comment of the week to user number 47524544747. That's really his username. I don't know.
I hope that's not his phone number.
So he wrote, "RMS is right. Ubuntu is spyware. Don't blur the boundaries between my computer and the internet. When I search, I certainly know whether I'm looking for an answer from the internet or from resources on my own computer. Ads for a calculator are counterproductive when I just want to balance my checkbook with my OS calculator. Don't slow down my computer by needlessly sending my queries to the mothership." The mothership. Also, the help menu in a program should not bring up a browser. "I'm looking at you, MS. Ha ha ha." See, that's the beautiful thing about Linux. If you're not happy with Debian, you can move to Arch. If you're not happy with Ubuntu, you can move to Gentoo or what have you.
Puppy Linux.
Mint.
There we go. Now, speaking of comments, I wanted to get your opinion on a recent occurrence related to Anonymous, or what I'd like to call how to get yourself arrested in 5 easy steps. So, the story goes like this. Adam Naffa, aka Lulzdog, wrote in a public anonymous IRC chat room, quote, "Anybody up for DDoSing Verizon? I think someone should DDoS the telcos. Verizon and AT&T in particular." Now, a few other Anons in chat replied with 4 different name servers from AT&T.net. Less than a week later, Anonymous of America posted a video on YouTube titled Anonymous Operation Telcom, which warns of a distributed denial of service attack in October. So get this, 4 months later the video still only has 500 views. Alright, so the day after the video is posted, Anonymous of America on Twitter posts a link to the video, and then a week and a half after that, Lul's dog posts the same links into a public IRC chat room. Well, get this. A month and a half later, the FBI arrests Adam Naffa in New Jersey for, quote, knowingly and intentionally conspiring with others to commit an offense against the United States, that is, to knowingly cause the transmission of a program, information, code, or command, and as a result of such conduct, intentionally cause damage without authorization to a protected computer, basically the violation of Title 18 of the United States Code 1030. It's the fraud and related activities in connection with the computer, also known as the Your Naughty Little Hacker Law. So here's what I want to know. Is this representative of Anonymous? Is Naffa a revolutionary or a script kiddie? And how about the involvement with the FBI, the courts, the taxpayer dollars? How do you feel about this case? I want you to let us know in the comments.
Interesting. Now remember that you can always find ways to subscribe at threatwire.org, and you can get involved with the Google Plus community. It's very, very popular. Yeah,
that's where so much of this is going on, because there's just only so much we can cover in 6 minutes here on YouTube.
Yeah.
Conversations going on all week there.
And TechFeed is continuing to spread holiday cheer with daily giveaways of cool tech prizes. So today, ThreatWire will give one lucky viewer a Kindle Fire HD. And to enter, just comment on anything that we talked about today below.
All right, and with all of that, I'm Darren Kitchen.
I'm Shannon Morse.
We'll see you on the internet.
The worm started on the Brony tag. You heard of the Bronies?
No.
They're the My Little Ponies and the Bros. Put them together, you get Bronies.
I love the internet.
I do too. So when a user would repost content from that tag, they would get spam on their account, and it grew from there.